Some residents in St. Jamestown are in the cold once again tonight after Toronto Fire ordered an inspection of a high-rise owned by a property management company that has already had issues in a number of its buildings. 280 Wellesley is the latest rental building to have had its essentials shut off, making for a frustrating situation for hundreds of tenants.
It's getting colder by the minute, and no water. So, you've got little bottles to drink.
This is just the latest building owned by Wellesley Parliament Square to see its tenants left in the cold. The power has been restored to 280 Wellesley and residents aren't being evacuated, but they have no water and the first 15 floors are without heat.
But it's just a feeling of frustration in there when you see other people walking around and talk to them. Some people are really mad.
Since last August, tenants in at least 3 St. Jamestown rental buildings have seen major disruption to their lives. This past summer, more than 1,500 residents were displaced by an electrical fire at 650 Parliament, many of whom still aren't able to go home. Then last month, a pipe burst and flooded the basement of 260 Wellesley, leaving tenants there without water and power for days. The city says it's those events that led Toronto Fire to order an inspection of the electrical system here at 280 Wellesley, which is owned by the same property manager.
When they went in to actually do the work on Wednesday, they did see that there was quite a bit of neglect, electrical system that was not well maintained, and they would probably say that it hadn't been maintained for literally decades.
What was supposed to be a one-day situation for inspection has now dragged on to its second day, with no word yet on when exactly heat and water will be restored.
See this thing on my back? I'm headed to a hotel. All right? I'm not checking up 21's floors. I'm absolutely not going to do it.
Frustrated residents say what's been worse than the building issues
You don't know about anything, haven't told you.
I wish I did.
has been the poor communication from management.
Nobody knows, and they won't say we don't know. They'll just, fob you off to somebody else, or just, they'll say, oh, it'll be about an hour. That's what one guy said. So 4 hours later.
This evening, a spokesperson for Wellesley Parliament Square told CityNews that testing last night revealed an issue with the heating system, and disconnecting the water was a proactive measure to prevent flooding. They say they're still working to identify the exact problem with the heating, and once they do, that will determine a timeline for repairs.
The city is not going to be doing the work for them, but they are compelling them by emergency order, compelling them by different work orders, and they are asking them to do the work fast.
The spokesperson for Wellesley Parliament Square says there won't be any new updates tonight and that it could take days for the work to get done. In the meantime, Toronto Fire has been on site making the rounds and reminding tenants not to leave space heaters, candles and stoves unattended.